Okay, we've been here a little bit too long, like over an hour or something, but I wanted to see the GOM. So you see, only Tesla uses a constant to estimate the range, but all the other cars, like this one, uses a, well, they call it a GOM, a guessometer, which is based on previous consumption, and it's freaking high. So 608. I have to take a screenshot of this. I don't think anyone has seen this high number before. Okay, I was gonna get some food, but they are almost closing here, so I had to find food somewhere else. But anyway, so this car has park distance sensor and also backup camera. So when I put the car in reverse, there, then the backup camera comes on. But what I don't like about the Ampera E is that the screen is tilted, like, I don't know, it should be more vertical. So it's tilted in an angle where, at least from my point of view here, it's kind of hard to see, like, to see the surroundings. I get like a weird perspective here, like an incorrect perspective. So if it's like this, you see, it's better. But now I see it almost like this, you know, so it's like, what? Okay. I mean, one workaround for that is they can have a perspective correction done by software. That would eat up some CPU power. But at least it has the guidelines, and it has a backup camera. Not too high resolution, but that's okay. It works. It's on par with, for example, Ionix. But it doesn't have the bird eye view like Leaf, but it helps a lot, yeah, for backing up and for detecting stuff. And you know, speaking of that, let me just show you here. It has more features. It has more like safety features. If you go here, settings, I discover a lot of features. So if you go here on these are lots of features. Collision detection systems. I'm like, what? It has all this stuff. Okay, let me show you. Pedestrian safety signal. So it's that like sound that it makes, the vessel, yeah, to just warn. But it will only work at lower speed. And this one has forward collision warning and automatic braking. There's a camera in front here that detects everything. It will also detect and automatically brake for pedestrians. I saw that pedestrian icon once in my car when I was paying attention. And also when you back up, the sensors will detect any cars, you know, that might bump into you, because when you back up, then you have to yield for other cars. So that's pretty cool. And also lane change alert. So let's say if you're sleepy or whatever, you're about to change lane without, I guess, without using the indicator or turn signal, it will, yeah, make a sound. It will just alert you somehow. Well, that's cool, man. I wasn't aware that this car has so many like safety features and I would say convenience features. Speaking of convenience, okay, the animation is cool the first time, but then it's a little bit annoying. Like, get over it. I want to see stuff here. It takes too long. Yeah. But alright, let's go back home there and then off we go. So you know, I haven't really planned everything in detail for this trip, because, well, okay, I planned the hypermiling very detailed, but other than that, I wasn't sure when the hypermiling would be over and all that. And for instance, I had 2 times today I had a 1-hour nap because I was so tired. Actually, in the beginning I was thinking about, okay, let me visit my friend in Køge, Pelle, and then, yeah, let's take the long way around Løddeköping. But you know, I'm so tired. I'm not tired of driving this car. This car is freaking awesome. I love it. Yeah, but I just one thing, the owner, he didn't want me to put too many kilometers on it, and well, I kind of agreed. The car is pretty much brand spanking new, you know, it's like 3 days old. So I already put 1,500 kilometers on it. Well, no, for me, 1,200 kilometers. So I already now book the ferry, Super Speed 2, whatever it's called, the Color Line. It leaves tomorrow around noon, was it the noon 45 or something? And I also book a hotel in Aalborg. Yeah, I want to sleep in a nice soft bed. Oh, yeah, after this hypermiling. Oh man. So the plan now is to go to Aalborg. Might have to top up. I'm just gonna drive the car now like I stole it, and yeah, tomorrow I want to test one thing, which is the 100 kilowatt DC fast charger from Arctic Roads. They are like, people haven't figured out yet, like they haven't confirmed whether this car can support higher than 50 kilowatt DC or not. Well, there's only one way to find out. So I already went to the charger in Vestby 2-3 days ago. That one seems like it didn't work. So I have to try another one. Hopefully it works. There are not too many of those 100 kilowatt chargers around for now. So, but so far I'm a little bit disappointed of the charging speed. The other cars, like at least the Kia Soul EV and Ioniq charges faster, and also the i3 charges faster, the new one. Also the old one, but this one never hit any faster than 45 kilowatt, and the low end it was like hovering around was it 35 kilowatt because of lower voltage. But I'm really impressed of the power and like the driving dynamics with the powerful regen, and that it is just so smooth. Okay, it wags a bit like I mentioned earlier, but it's just a very nimble car. I mean, many times it feels like I'm driving a freaking Tesla. Yeah. Okay, taking roundabouts. Because it's so light, it's also so nimble. And of course, like almost all the EVs, have low center of gravity because of the battery. So this is going to be the new industry standard to have. There's so many advantages of having low center of gravity. And just put the battery in the bottom. You get stiffer chassis. You get better security and better safety because of the battery is like a big chunk of metal, pretty much, that will protect you. Yeah, that sounds weird, but yeah, it will protect you. At least just that you get the heck out of there. But it's not gonna blow up like fossil cars tend to do. At least in Hollywood movies they do. Yeah. Okay, so it has a lot of plastic that you just have to live with. Just like, when you buy Tesla, you just have to know there will be issues. Not like there might be issues. No, when it breaks down, well, just call the service center, order, just make an appointment and enjoy your loaner while your Tesla is being fixed. It just comes with that, just like with marriage, there will be some disadvantages. Yeah, you won't have the freedom anymore, but there's also other nice things about marriage. So same thing with this car. Okay, it lacks it lacks the built-in navigation, and I couldn't figure out how to make it work. But a workaround, I just bought well, I had it before, like a $10 cell phone mount, and put it there in the windscreen. Done. Okay, you can buy like an accessory and find a workaround for the navigation. But if you have another car, let's say Ioniq or an e-Golf, then you cannot just buy 50% more battery capacity like that. So yes, okay, this car has some disadvantages, but also if you want the best range, this is the best one. But my impression after testing it is that the efficiency is not the best, but who cares? You have a big battery pack. Yeah, and okay, well, it's not the best, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah, to put it that way. I have to do more tests, of course, but on the hypermiling, I was expecting lower consumption.
But I mean, people who buy this car, I think they don't like, oh, I want this car because it's so efficient. No, they just want this car because it's like a nice city car. It's spacious, and it has the best range of its class. Yeah, no doubt of that. And speaking of space, I mean, I talked about this before. It is very small, like external size, but internally it is actually freaking huge. You have like door pockets, you have pockets in the door handle, you have a nice like pocket here. I'm going to show you that tomorrow. And you have space between where the drive shaft is supposed to be. It's like it's similar to the open console in a Tesla. And I have all my video equipment and everything, and the stuff here, it works great in this tiny car. That is actually very impressive, that you have so much space in such a small car. So, well, you can say a lot about GM and all that, but I mean, yeah, and also in the beginning, I didn't like this car too much, but it is actually a very good car. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's up to you guys to decide. You have to test it out yourself. I'm not like a car expert. I just like burgers and like drive a lot. So yeah. Oh shit! I have to pay attention where I'm going now. So I'm gonna take the wrong turn. Shit. All right, but next stop is Aalborg. We are finally in Aalborg. Yeah, it's been a long trip, and just juicing up. Also, I'm not sure where I will juice up tomorrow. I'll go straight to Hirtshals, and then yeah, we just have to get to the ferry in time. And then once we are in Norway, then that's a piece of cake. Yeah, lots and lots of fast chargers. Well, we also have actually a lot of fast chargers over here, and the good thing about these ones is that they're really occupied, even though they only have one. So the density of EVs in Denmark is not as great as Norway. Yeah, but the hotel is like 6 minutes from here, so I will just juice up for a bit. Not too long, maybe like 10-15 minutes. And then to the hotel, man. But I need to get something to eat. And you know, I went to several gas stations, and all of them were like closed. What? After 10 they close? So I had to find something to eat. I bought some salad at Netto. If I knew that gas station would close that early, I would have bought more stuff there. But so I'm gonna save that one for breakfast tomorrow, or I could eat it today and then I can eat breakfast at the hotel. Yeah, I'll wait a little bit and then off to the hotel. We are finally at the hotel. So when I travel alone, I don't have much high standards. This is it. This is my cell for the night. Yeah, I don't use the second one. I'm just gonna sleep here, and then wow, okay, great view. Where's the bathroom? Is this the bathroom? Holy crap, this is the bathroom. Well, at least it has a shower and the basic stuff. But still, I mean, any bathroom is better than, you know, no bathroom right now, so I don't care. But I'm just gonna eat, slack, take a rest, shower, and then tomorrow I go back home to Oslo. So good night. It's 10 in the morning and it's pouring outside here in Aarhus. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the car and get to Hirtshals. We have about 1 hour drive there. And this will be interesting because the road is wet, and wet road consumes more energy than dry road. Where am I supposed to go? Shit, I'm not supposed to go this way. So the car has been parked in the garage last night. I hope it's still there. Yeah, it's probably there. Who would steal an Ampere E? Shit, how do I get in? I'm lost in Aalborg. And it's raining outside. But that's fine, I can dry my clothes in the car with the air conditioning on. So off we go then to Hirtshals. Oh, yes, yes. And then we have to take the elevator. 5 minutes. Okay, there it is with its racing stripes. So I'm going to show you something. There's actually a clever... Okay, there's a clever charging station and we have a Zoe just park here without charging. That's a bad etiquette, don't do that. But it has 22 kilowatt AC here. So I didn't plug in because I would get so slow speed anyway, but I didn't want to charge up the car too much. Because I will test a 100 kilowatt charger in Norway, and in order to test it properly I need to have low enough state of charge. But anyway, it's very noisy here, so we're going to get in the car and get the heck out of here. We are back at the fast charger in Larvik, and we have kind of low state of charge now, but yeah, we're gonna charge a bit. But I want to test out the fast charger in Shell at Shell Grelland, the 100 kilowatt one. Now I have to, it's on the wrong side of the road, so I have to actually drive past it and then go back. So I need to drive, what was it again? 80 kilometers. Yeah, okay, okay. I need to drive 80 kilometers, but I don't trust the GOM because, well, it's been at some really low numbers or high numbers, how do you see? High, but no, I can work it out that, okay, so 80 kilometers, let's say we average, if we average 250 watt per kilometer, I need 20 kilowatt hours. And I know that 1 bar here is 3 kilowatt hours, and I need like 7 bars. Yeah, okay, 7 bars. We have 3 now. So 7 bars, that's how many percent is that? Is that 33% or something, right? Shouldn't take too long. Well, I'm getting fast-ish charging speed. You see, this is reality. You won't get super speed. Well, it's probably like, we can't see it on this charger, but because it only shows you like time and kilowatt hour, you know. But I know some very few chargers, they actually show you voltage and amps. But I believe that the limitation here is in the voltage in the battery. And these charging stations, they output a maximum of well, typically 120 amps, 115 to 120 amps. And the standard says maximum 125 amp. So yes, with low battery, low state of charge, you have low voltage, and that's why the speed is kind of low. But on the other hand, 42, 43, it's not
too bad. Yeah. So we'll see then. It's going to be very interesting to see how fast it can actually charge on a proper charger.
We are now in Shell Grenland, where Arctic Roads, they have a 100 kilowatt DC fast charger. So we're gonna test it out. Now, I had some bad luck 2 days ago. Was it 3 days ago? I don't remember. In Vestby, it didn't work or something. So yes, we have another opportunity to test it out now. Velkommen til Arctic Roads. Denne testen av utekommunikasjonen. Okay, it has no communication, that's why. Oh. Okay. That's why I couldn't find it on the app. Alright, so then I'm gonna set it up and record everything. So I need some camera setup now. But, by the way, DC, CCS. And then I can do double power. Oh yeah. Okay, I set up everything, cameras, light, about to say action, and then there's a problem. So you see, the Arctic Road charger, well, I didn't read the text properly. This one is offline. I mean, it says here, it's offline, and you can only use this charger for free if you have Arctic Road's RFID, and who the heck gets that? They're so freaking expensive and they have very, very low coverage. So in order to start charging, I need to have RFID from Arctic Roads. So this one doesn't work. Same one in Vestby, the 100 kilowatt in Vestby. I tried that a couple of days ago. Same thing, it's not online, so you need to have that freaking RFID. So I'm not able to test if this car can handle 100 kilowatt yet. I guess I have to try it another time if I get someone who has the RFID. It freaking sucks. Man, I spent like half an hour extra just getting here because you have to get to on the wrong side of the road. Well, getting back is a piece of cake, but bleh. Oh, that sucks. Okay, now we have a Fortum charger right over there, so I'm just gonna juice up and get the heck out of here. Alright, we are at our final stop before I deliver this car. So, what should I say about the Bolt EV or Ampere E? Well, it's actually a pretty impressive car. So, it is the best range in this class. If you want better range, you have to get the Tesla, which costs 2 to 3 times more. And I have to say, it's very practical, okay? So, it doesn't have the best interior. It's a lot of plastic everywhere, but it's very practical. You have so much space to put all your crap. And as for the back seats and the seats in general, okay, they are of course not the best again, but and when you look at the similar cars in its class, like EVs, they don't have superb seats either, maybe except for e-Golf. So yes, unfortunately, if you want an EV nowadays, you have to make some compromises. You can't have the same, like, I would say, luxury or comfort as the fossils yet, but well, unless you go for a Tesla. But again, you know, Tesla costs way too much, so I'm not going to compare too much with the Tesla, even though the range, the practical range, in Bolt EV. Well, I call it Bolt, it's very easy, but in the Bolt, you know, it can be compared to Tesla. So I haven't done like a super long trip, I mean long leg, just to see how far, well, except for the hypermiling, but that doesn't count. But based on the consumption I've seen, it seems like you can actually get 300 to 400 kilometers in a single charge. That is in Tesla territory. No other car nowadays can do that. I don't even think that well, the new i3 with a 33 kilowatt hour battery pack can't do it. The new Golf, that one has 36 kilowatt hour, can't do it. This has a whooping 60 kilowatt hour. You know, I think actually it can match Tesla more or less 60. It should, yeah. And okay, as for the charging time, I mean charging speed is not as fast as some of the other cars. Actually, I also calculated that even the Nissan Leaf charges slightly faster, but that is peak charging speed. You have to keep in mind that, because okay, you know, I saw on the social media some people were like bashing this car because it charged slightly slow. Usually it charges around 41 to 45 kilowatt, and we never saw 48 kilowatt. Some of the Ioniq fans, they probably, oh, Ioniq charges faster. Well, yes, it charges faster, but usually when you have a stop and you eat or whatever, you know, the Ioniq will charge very fast, and then it hit like around 70% where it start tapering off, and 70% on the Ioniq is just 30% on this car, you know. So that means when this car hit its maximum, when you start tapering off, you know, that's like 2 times the other cars. And so practically, yes, on long trips it helps to have a big battery pack. It's actually very useful. So would I buy this car if I couldn't afford a Tesla? That's kind of maybe not. I'm gotten so used to adaptive cruise control, and I actually love the features in the Ioniq, but I was actually kind of surprised that the Bolt also had a lot of features that I didn't think it had. But you know, you have to take it on a long trip to figure out everything, you know. So it is, I would say this car is also packed with a lot of features and convenience features, safety features. It can match Ioniq and i3 and e-Golf and all the other cars, and it's more equipped than some of the lower ones like Zoe. Yeah, way more. But I guess in the end, it depends what your taste is. If you want better interior, then you have to go for e-Golf or Ioniq or i3. If you want adaptive cruise control, then you have to go for the other cars, but this one doesn't have it. But if you want to have like a very I would say a more upright seating position, some people like black, then this is the car to go for, because Ioniq is more laid back. You sit lower, everything is slightly harder. You kind of have to crawl out of the car and stuff, and here it's very easy in and out. So you know, it's, I would almost say it's like 2 different car segments. So it's they both have their pros and cons. But I mean, yes, I actually love this car. It has some like stupid design, like the lack of navigation. The screen is tilted a little wrong, but it has backup camera, it has sensors, it has some kind of auto steer-ish. So you get a lot for the money. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So I think I would just end there. If you want to buy one, you should try one, and maybe you should try some of the other cars like Ioniq, i3, Leaf or whatever, and then you can figure out, okay, is it good or not, which one should I go for. Yeah, but I think it's actually pretty awesome. It's like a gift to the people. Finally, a car that has good range and doesn't cost you a kidney and a leg. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. This trip has cost me a lot of effort and money, but I can do it because I have some Patreon support. So if you like my content and you want to support me, then please check out my link. You know, only $1 per month will make a big difference. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, see you guys later.